Alright, what the fuck is good, everyone? Welcome to the video. So what you're about to see is something you have not seen before on my frickin' channel. It's a Twitch stream presentation that I sauced up today on what you need to focus on if you want to be successful. It's fucking fuego. Watch the whole thing. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So much value packed into it. You don't even need to fucking be looking at the screen because I basically say everything you need to hear. Probably the most valuable video you'll watch today, so I encourage you to stay to the end, discipline yourself, and you can learn a lot of valuable things. Alright, enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and don't forget to subscribe or like the video, because I wouldn't be me without you, so let's grow together. I love you. Let's get it. Right, well, as you guys can all tell, you guys are all here for a reason. You guys are here to learn and be productive on your Sunday, so I'm super fucking proud of you guys for spending your time trying to learn, trying to better yourself. This was a very spontaneous decision. I was reading through my YouTube comments today, and someone said, what do I need to focus on to succeed? And I was like, that's a really good fucking question. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make this this Twitch stream a YouTube video. So you guys will be able to watch it whenever, if you guys ever need to go back and recheck shit out. So I chefed this up today. I don't even know where the idea, I just said where the idea came from, but the PowerPoint idea. I've been researching on Twitch streams, how to make them more successful, productive, and it was said to structure them. So here we are structuring our Twitch stream today. We got 46 people in here. I think that's my all-time high so far. It's pretty dope though. So let's get fucking into it. I have the chat pulled up, so if you guys want to talk about anything, don't be afraid to throw it in the chat. I'll be looking throughout the whole thing. But before we get into this, let me tell you guys a little bit about myself, so I'm not just talking out of my ass when it comes into terms of success, because there's a lot of gurus out there that haven't really done much to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Reliable sources, I suppose, where they haven't really gone through a lot. So I was going to make a slide on this, but I decided I'm just going to fucking say it. So as a lot of you guys probably know, I dropped out of college when I was 19 years old, got a job at a hospital, lived in my mom's basement, and it would have been super, super easy for me to stay in my comfort zone, stay in Ohio, just work a job, maybe get my real estate license, because my mom wasn't going to kick me out of the house anytime soon, right? Like, that wasn't going to happen. My mom loves me. She would continue to feed me for as long as I needed to, but I had a burning desire to be something more, and I wanted to make it happen as fast as I fucking could. So a lot of you guys have been with me since I was living in my mom's basement, from college dropout to now. I think I've generated over $500,000, which is still nuts. So let's get into it. So the first thing you need to focus on when it comes to success is figuring out what success means to you. The most important part of your life is figuring out what are the most important things in your life. You might want to take notes or whatever. But for me, success has always looked something like this. A lot of you guys have probably seen this video already. But basically, the ability to do all of this in one day is what success looks like to me, where I can live life on my own terms, freely, abundantly, and spontaneously, without having to worry. So you guys get the point. Basically, my definition of success has always been freedom. You know, like figuring out what can I do to live life on my own terms, not work for anyone else, because I personally could not stand like having someone tell me what to do. So like all my jobs I would get fired from because like I never took them too seriously. I worked at fucking Little Caesars when I was in high school with all my friends. And obviously I'm not going to take a job at Little Caesars like insanely serious because it's fucking Little Caesars, you know what I mean? And my manager was like some like 35-year-old woman, and I'm like, dog, like you got to relax. Like this is Little Caesars, you know? Like we're high schoolers. Like you got to pipe it down. So I would never take it too seriously. I'd get fired from all my high school jobs because I just couldn't handle that shit. Because I knew it wasn't that deep, and a lot of people took it too deep. So, all right. One of the most important parts is figuring out your priorities. So now you figured out the most important things in your life, like we talked about on the last slide. What does success look like to you? You will need to prioritize these things, right? So when I was in my mom's basement, I figured out what the fuck I wanted my life to look like. And that pretty much that video that we just played is exactly what I wanted my life to look like when I was trying to manifest the life I have now. So the more specific you can get on like what you want your life to look like, the better, because then you can know what's going to benefit you and what's not going to benefit you. So life is very, very good at throwing you distractions and resistance just right in your face. So you have to always question things. Like when the universe throws, when you tell yourself you're going to fucking do something, the universe will probably throw something in your face where it'll make you go like, fuck, that sounds really fun. That sounds really, really fun. You know, like maybe it's a party, maybe someone rented a fucking party bus to a club, you know, like there's going to be so many distractions, whether it be a girl asking you to hang out or a dude asking you to hang out. If you said you're going to fucking do something, like do it. That's really the only way you'll ever be able to make it, is if you stick to your word. Because if you say you're going to do things and you don't do them, you're building a reputation with yourself as someone who doesn't do what he says he's going to fucking do. So stick to your word, because you're building a reputation with yourself with every single thing that you do, and you don't want to have, like, everything you do registers in your subconscious, right? So say I wanted to steal from Whole Foods, right? Say I wanted to, you know, like no one's going to notice if I steal this chocolate bar, you know? Self-checkout. No one's going to notice if I steal this chocolate bar. I would be registering in my subconscious brain that I am someone that steals. Even though I might not consciously think about it twice, in my subconscious, I am someone that steals, and that's not going to, like, that won't sit right with me. That's a very low vibration thing to do. So build a reputation with yourself where you do what you say you're going to do, and you prioritize yourself, your future, and your responsibilities. Because prioritizing yourself is not selfish, it's responsible, okay? Make sure to fucking write that down if you're taking notes. Prioritizing yourself is not selfish, it's responsible, okay? All right? All right, so that takes us into energy. Your energy. Everything that happens in your life is a direct correlation to your energy. And if you guys don't believe in the spirituality side of success, I'm here to tell you, like, success is a spiritual game. Because you're never going to get to where you want to be if your intentions aren't in a pure place, because the universe just simply won't reward a douchebag. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes you see that happens, but it's super rare nowadays. Like if someone's super egotistical, always like just looking out for themselves, not trying to help anyone else in the process of becoming successful, then the process is going to be 20 times harder. Why do you need to prioritize your energy? Because we live in a vibrational universe, and you will attract things that are in harmony with your vibration. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? Think about when you're stressing, you're anxious, you're worried about your future. That is the opposite of the vibration the version of yourself is experiencing. The ideal version of yourself is experiencing, right? So you have this version of yourself that you have in mind, that you want to become. The one that's living your dream life. You have to think about the vibration that person is experiencing all hours of the day, all the time, because they're living their dream life, right? So their vibration is in a super powerful state. And if you're worrying, not taking action, you're doubting yourself, you're in the opposite vibrational state that you would be when you have your dream life, right? So the strategy behind intentionally curating an energy is basically to manipulate your energy intentionally. You have to be insanely conscious of who and what affects your energy. If you're hanging out with people, all right, this is going to be in one of the slides, but if someone in your family, someone in your household, someone that you hang out with occasionally affects your energy in a negative way, or like maybe TikTok even affects your energy in a negative way, always be mindful of how your energy is flowing and feeling, right? Because everything's fucking energy. I was reading in a document the other day that there is literally nothing that is sitting still because everything is vibrating, because we're vibrating, so our vibrations are going out into our environment and around us, and it's causing, we're vibrating off of everything, right? If you guys want to look into vibration, look into quantum physics. It's a very, very, very insane and interesting topic, but to manipulate your energy, I think the easiest way to manipulate your energy is to meditate. Like you can see in this little GIF I put here, to meditate, align your energy with your deeper self, right? So, be super conscious of your energy. Be super, super conscious of your energy. Success is a spiritual game. How long do I meditate? I meditate for probably 10 to 15 minutes a day. You know, it's nothing insane. You don't have to sit there for hours like you're a Buddhist, you know. Just sit there. Sit there and ground yourself. And a lot of people think that when they're meditating, they need to be thinking about a certain something what they want to attract. The whole point of meditation is to clear your mind and to just listen to what your mind has to say, right? Not think. I mean, there are different types of meditation where, yeah, maybe in one of them you do affirmate, you do reprogram your subconscious brain, but the point of meditating is to just be in awareness, you know? Your mind is going to take you on a lot of trips. Your subconscious is going to try to pull you one way, pull you another way, and try to distract you because it just wants to keep you comfortable, right? It wants to keep you, it doesn't want you to grow. That's why it's a battle between you and your subconscious pretty much all the time. Until you can work in harmony with your subconscious, it's kind of a battle to discipline it. So when you're meditating, you should really only be focusing on your in and out, in and out, in and out. And then whenever your mind pulls you one way, just look at it as a trip. Don't identify with it because you're subconscious. That's not you thinking when you're trying to meditate. So in and out, in and out. Your mind's gonna pull you. That's just a mind trip. I'm not gonna entertain that. All right, so that takes us into, wait, before we go on, do we have any questions on energy at all? Any questions on energy before we go on? I know there's a huge delay on Twitch, so I'm trying to... All right, I don't think I'm seeing any. If I'd see any, is karma a part of energy? That's a really good question. It's a really good question. I think karma is a part of energy because... say you do a low vibrational act, a low energy act like stealing, you're gonna receive the same energy that you put out. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So the universe is gonna give you a low vibration consequence because you did a low vibration action. Does that make sense? How do you determine if energy is high or low vibration? It's all a feeling thing, bro. It's all feeling. Your intuition will, like, you won't have to really ask, you know, because you can feel intuitively whether something is low vibration or high vibration. So if you put out good energy, you'll get back good energy. Essentially, yeah. How do you transform your energy into greatness? By looking at your energy as if it already is greatness, right? Because the whole thing about manifestation is that you are appreciating the life that you want to live as if you already are living it. So how to transform your energy into greatness? Internalize the fact that your energy already is greatness. That was a good question, though. Okay. So this takes us into time. Time is the most valuable resource on the fucking planet because once you spend it, you can never get it back. And time's a crazy fucking thing because time isn't real. You know, it's a man-made thing. Like, how do you measure a moment? I always ask my friends, like my super smart friends, I'm like, bro, how do you measure a moment? Like, what is 15 minutes? Like, what is 15 minutes? Like, you can say, oh, it's just 15 minutes, but what the fuck is a minute? How do you measure a moment? I never understood this, you know, and it time is just a super simple way that society has created to get everything to flow smoothly, you know? It's crazy. Like, when I wake up early in the morning, I'm like, oh, what time is it? And then I remind myself, like, oh, it's not a time. The time is now. And that's all that's real is right now. So it's like, fuck. So be intentional with your time as much as you possibly can, even what you spend your time thinking about. I could get so passionate about this. I could get so fucking passionate because I would say the biggest thing that got me to where I am today is reprogramming my subconscious brain, basically, and like not allowing myself to think about anything that wasn't serving me. And for a very long time, like when I was depressed, I would constantly think about like my ex-girlfriend, what I could have done differently, what I could have done better. I was thinking about things that weren't benefiting me, weren't serving anyone or anything. So I took the time to really reprogram my brain. And I think this is one of the most important things that you guys can do is become mindful. Become mindful of what your brain throws at you. And every time it throws something at you that you don't align with, you don't care about, affirmate yourself to reprogram the direction of which your brain is going. Does this make sense? So, deeply internalize that your time is the most valuable thing you can give anyone. So this is why you can't be entertaining people that like aren't adding value to your life if they're just like a sexy person, or your intentions with the friend or the person aren't genuine and pure. You have to know that your time is too valuable to be wasting. So finding the balance between all that's real is right now and playing into the game of time is also a super, it's very complex, because the only thing that's real for me is this right now. Like, this is the only thing that's real. You know, all of my thoughts could tell me otherwise. It could tell me about the future and what it is or what it isn't, you know, and I could make up all these scenarios about what I could have done differently or what the future is going to look like, but in actuality, the only thing that's real is this fucking millisecond. Even me saying millisecond a second ago, it's no longer real, it's just the past. Like, the only thing that's real is the immediate present moment, and what can I do right now to get me to where I want to be? Right? Making sense? I hope so. Okay, so that takes us into environment. Environment, I can't express the importance of, because if your friends aren't propelling you, they are dragging you. So when I was coming up, I basically only hung out with like 2 people that helped me grow until I dipped out to Miami. Like, I'm telling you, my day-to-day was like wake up 6:30, go to the gym, trade stocks, go live on TikTok, post like 3 TikToks, read, go live on TikTok again, take my client calls, go to my friend's house and film a podcast. And then after the podcast, we'd still be talking on like how can we elevate what we got going even more, and we'd bounce ideas off each other. Because I had a lot of other friends that I just wasn't hanging out with. Not that I didn't love them, but because like I didn't feel like I was being intentional with my time. You know, obviously on the weekends, I would have a good balance, because without strong relationships, life is lonely. Love is insanely important, but like we've said in the past, like other 5 modules, priorities and energy are intensely important for your success. In my energy, when I was hanging out with like the people that I felt like I was growing around, my energy was just like, I felt guilty almost, when I know you shouldn't, but like I was so eager and ambitious to get to where I am right now. So now that I'm where I'm at, I can enjoy my time with those people that I had to distance myself from, because I know that like I'm capable of creating a life like I have created. But when I was there, it was balls to the wall. So you have to be very conscious of the time you spend with people who have no ambition. I have a lot of friends who kind of like lost themselves to weed. It just like weed can kill your ambition if you're not conscious and intentional about your consumption with it. Because it can just make you so comfortable. It can make you so comfortable. My daily routine in Ohio was I'd wake up at 6:30, I'd go to the gym, I'd get back, eat breakfast, and then the stock market would open at like 9:30, so I'd do that for like an hour, see what stocks were moving, trade options, and then I'd go live on TikTok, and then I'd take a couple client calls for like 4 hours, sometimes it's like 5 hours. I'd just be on the phone, and I'd try to like post TikToks in between that time, and then I'd drive to my friend's house, we'd film a podcast, sometimes multiple podcasts, and then afterwards we'd chill and then like bounce ideas off each other. So the whole day I was super fucking dialed. The whole day, like I wasn't wasting any time, and I think that's the most important thing. I have a TikTok where I said like I can't believe there's people out there that still watch Netflix, and I like obviously I watch Netflix every now and then, but that's because I am where I am right now, and like I don't have a burning desire to be anywhere else right now, because I've created like this for myself, you know. Like when I was in Ohio, you simply would not catch me watching TV. Like you can ask my mom, you can ask my boys. Like the only time we'd ever watch TV is if we were watching like a super crazy documentary, like The Social Dilemma, What the Health, all these documentaries that were like teaching me things about the world around me. But like, and I know a lot of people will be like, oh bro, you gotta have balance, you gotta enjoy life. But to me, watching Netflix wasn't enjoying life, right? Like I felt like I was wasting time, so therefore I was wasting potential because I was wasting time. How to find people who will propel you in high school. If I'm being fully honest, the only way that you can find people to help propel you is by being your authentic self and by leading by example, right? So by you leading by example, you can influence people to be like, yo, this is the wave I'm on. This is the wave that we should all be on. And if they're not about the wave, which in high school it's probably unlikely for people to be on that wave, just be on your own wave, bro. Like, enjoy high school, but when you're alone, like, ride your own fucking wave and like make the most out of all your time alone. Don't just be scrolling. Don't be watching Netflix. Like, what can I do? Like, I want to be successful. What can I do? And you are the only person that has the answers to what can you do, because success is different to everyone, like we talked about. So that takes us into discipline and consistency. Without these two things, you have nothing. You literally have nothing if you can't do things when you don't feel like it. You have to show up every day, even when you're fucking tired, even when you're sick. Obviously, listen to your body. I'm not saying like when you have pneumonia to go out and grind, but like, if we only did things when we felt perfect, we wouldn't do shit. You have to build a reputation with yourself. We were talking about building a reputation a couple slides ago. You have to build a reputation with yourself that you embody the things that you say you're going to do, right? That everything you say you're going to do, you do. You show up even when you don't feel like it. You're in the gym even when you're fucking tired. Make a commitment to yourself that you will do whatever it takes and to make your dreams happen. So once you make a commitment to yourself, like an internal commitment to yourself, it's fully up to you. It's either sink or swim, because no one's coming to save you. If I'm being fully honest, absolutely no one's coming to save you. And this is what really changed my life, is when I realized my mom's not going to help me, my dad's not going to help me, my grandparents aren't giving me any fucking money. No one's giving me anything. No one. And no one's going to give you shit either. So if you want to make something of yourself, you're going to have to do shit that isn't really that fun. Right? Like, yeah, my life is very fun now, but when I was coming up, there were a lot of days where I woke up and I was like, fuck, here we go. So, make a commitment to yourself and don't stop until what you said you're going to do is done. Like that Kobe video, job's not finished. So this is where the importance of a routine comes in. I don't know how many of you guys saw my TikTok I posted today, but a routine will keep you in check. Every morning, check off the list. What am I doing? I'm waking up. I'm working out. I'm taking my creatine. Taking a shower. I'm eating. The more precise and the more specific your routine, the better. The fucking better. The fucking better. And I want to tell you guys that, like, if you guys are fucking with this live stream, I don't know how many of you guys know what Create Reality is, but it's like this. This is the logo for it down here, if you guys can see that. Create Reality is basically like 15, maybe 20 hours of modules like this, where me and my mentor go over modules that we built like this and give you worksheets. So Create Reality just dropped, so it's closed right now, but you can get access to it in working one-on-one with me. And you can do that by like applying to my one-on-one. The link's in my TikTok bio. But are you guys internalizing what I'm saying? Are you guys internalizing what I'm saying? I'm seeing a lot of good feedback in the chat right now. I absolutely love to see it. All right. So, discipline and consistency. You are nothing without these two things. Absolutely nothing without these two things. You have to embody the characteristics that you say you're going to do. And that about does it. Those are like the 5 pillars on what you need to focus on to be the best version of yourself. I threw that together in like an hour. It could have been longer, but I felt like this is a good start.